Hello and welcome to the SizeMove Precursor firmware installation tutorial. I'll be walking you through how to download the Arduino CLI and how to use the firmware updater. First, we will go to the Arduino CLI website here. So first we'll navigate to the installation page, and here we will scroll down to the Windows section. If you have Mac OS or Linux, the instructions above or available on the GitHub will walk you through that. But I'll go down to here, Windows EXE, and then click 64-bit. That will download. And after that, we want to extract it to a location. The easiest place to extract this to can be anywhere in the C drive. It should be in a location that is relatively permanent. If you accidentally move it or delete it, this will break the firmware updater. What I'll be doing is putting it on the C drive of my PC, and I'll create a new folder so that it's kept in a permanent location. Let's call this Arduino CLI. Okay. Now that that's done, we need to modify our environment. And the steps for this, configuring the path environment variable, are available on the GitHub. We'll be following those for working our way through modifying the environment variables. First thing we're going to want to do is open up the menu, the start menu, and type in edit the system environment variables. And auto completed for me there. That opens up this menu here, and we'll go down to environment variables. That will open this menu here, environment variables. So from there, we want to click on path and then edit. And what we want to do here is create a new environment variable. And you can copy the path from where you extracted the Arduino CLI. But because I moved it to the C drive on mine, it would be easy to just type it in. So we can do C:\\, and then Arduino -CLI. Okay. So to verify that this worked, we're going to go to our next step. We want to make sure we hit OK to save changes and restart any open command prompt windows. Okay, so we'll hit OK to save those changes, and we'll hit OK. So next we want to open up Terminal on Windows and type in Arduino CLI --version. So I can open up the start menu, type in Terminal. And now that that's open, I can type in Arduino CLI version. And we have a version here. This means that the path was set correctly. So we've gone to the Precursor GitHub here on github.com/sizemove/precursor. We can navigate to firmware and then to this here, SizeMove firmware. This is our firmware that we're going to put onto the control box. We'll hit download on that. And we're also going to need the, let me go back one. We're also going to need the firmware installer. So we'll go to here, download SizeMove firmware upload. And we'll download that as well. Okay. And now that that is done, we can extract that. And we can open up the uploader. And hit more info and then run anyway. I'll have this window here. By default, it should detect which port the control box is plugged into. Now we need to select our executable file. I'll hit Browse, and I'll click the one that I just downloaded. And now that that path has been set in environment variables, we should be able to upload this. That will flash the firmware, and we should be ready to go with the user interface.